Happy Monday and welcome to our next segment in our Advent pausing time of reflection and meditation on the Advent season. I hope you had a great Sunday and I hope this Monday is going well for you. Today's reading is Luke chapter 2, verses 8 through 9, and our focus verse is an angel of the Lord stood before the shepherds, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. Today we're looking at the angels in our Advent reflection. This is what it says in our reflection. Most of the people involved in the birth of the story of Jesus are surprised by an encounter with a messenger from God. Angels visited Mary, Joseph, Zachariah, and the shepherds, bringing special assurance of God's love and care for them. I can't imagine the Christmas story without angels. It would lose its mystery, light, and wonder. The presence of the angels remind us that a reality exists beyond what we can see. Most of us have been educated in a worldview that only teaches about the physical realm. Within this space-time box, only those things that we can see and touch and measure are real. Advent invites us to see more widely than this and introduces us to another reality, the spiritual world that surrounds us and penetrates the physical world. In this spiritual world, God is the most glorious and overwhelming inhabitant. We live and move and have our being immersed in these great invisibilities of the kingdom of God. This Advent, may we be open to surprise visits from angels. Often they come in unexpected strangers that we meet, an uninvited guest, or a chance encounter. In the letter to the Hebrews, the writer reminds us that when we show hospitality in those kinds of situations, we may entertain angels without knowing it. And that is found in Hebrews chapter 13, verse 2. Perhaps these angels will share messages similar to what Mary, Joseph, and Zachariah heard, or perhaps they will share the words of Jesus. Do not be afraid. Like Christ be born in you. Allow divine love to flow through your life. Take care of the alien, the foreigner, and the exile in your land. Forgive and be reconciled. Whatever message the angel brings, we do not need to be afraid. Even if obeying the message stretches us beyond the familiar and known, we can be sure that Emmanuel is with us. Wow. Think about that maybe this week, this past month, this past week, maybe this coming week. Look at your encounters that you have. Are they encounters with angels? Especially those that are talked about within this passage today. Last week, I had an encounter with a gentleman, and he was just praising God for the help that we here at Salem United Methodist Church provide through our sharing shed, and what God is doing in his life, and what God has provided for him, and how he is getting back on his feet. And it was just a great time of testimony and to celebrate with this man. And it was one of those divine appointments. And it was just wonderful. So don't look at those things as coincidences or things to slow you down during this busy time, but to hear people and to share in the love of God. And so the daily practice that we are encouraged to do on this second day of Advent is to be open to God's surprise throughout the day. Say to the Lord, I will watch for angels in all my encounters and heed your message as best I can. Again, the daily practice says to be open to God's surprise throughout the day. Say to the Lord, I will watch for angels in all my encounters and heed your message as I best can. So you might be watching this at night, and it might be a good time to reflect what on the encounters that you had, or if you're watching this morning or in the afternoon, take time to look at what has happened and maybe what is to come and how you can see them as encounters with God. Well, thanks for chiming in and taking a pause from your busy day as we travel on this Advent journey together. Remember, the best is yet to come, and hope you can join me tomorrow for our next installment of our Advent journey. Take care. God bless.